Hey everybody, it's Riding Low. Just wanted to do a quick video showing my settings. I know a couple of people have asked to see how I have Fortnite set up and what kind of controller settings I play with. So I just wanted to start here, at least on video settings, to show you what kind of graphics I'm running. I do play in a windowed full screen mode because I do have my OBS on my secondary screen. We do play in 1080 and we do play on a max limit of 144. I do have a monitor that would run 165. But with streaming and higher quality, I don't want to really overdo it on the computer, so we stay with a 144. There's no real big difference between 165 and 144. Anything above 60, honestly, from 60 to 120 or 60 to 144, you'll see a massive change. But 165 to 144, not a big deal. Because I do play on PC, I do play in performance mode. I am not really 100% worried about how the trees move or if there's things flying around or grass moving. It's not a big thing to me. I prefer to actually have less on screen so that way I can see a little bit better. Brightness I've turned down a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bright and just a little bit too much. Playing for 2 to 3 hours a night and getting a little much on the eyes. No color blind or anything like that. When we get into the graphics quality, I do play on view distance epic. I know my render range is about 300. That seems very far, but even seeing those pixels move at 200, 250 can really, sight you in and move accordingly based on that. Texture is high. Again, not really, too worried about the water or the grass or anything like that. I do have my frames per second on, so that way I can see, if I'm having any frame drop or anything like that. It used to be a bigger deal with my old computer. My new computer seems to be pretty tough and holds together pretty well, so we don't have too many drop frames. So I may turn that off in the future, but we'll see. Let's get into controller. So controller, I do have auto run on. It's nice when you're landing. It's nice when you're moving, getting augments. You don't have to stay on the joystick. You can kind of just set it to auto run and go. Builds, I don't play too often anymore. I play a lot of zero builds just for the simple reason I just like shooting people instead of dealing with building and editing and all that. So we don't really have old headed time. Slide, not a big deal. I do have paddles on the back of my controller, so I do have an extra button set up for my slide. Vibration off. I've noticed some glitches where if you do shoot someone or do get shot, the vibration doesn't stop, and then you're literally taking the entire fight with a vibrating controller, and it just gets to be a little bit unnecessary. Again, build mode and edit mode, not a big deal for zero build. Some people play this lower. I seem to play it higher. 2.2 on build and a 2.6 on edit. These are the settings I think really everybody's looking for. As far as look sensitivity, I play on a 39-38. My horizontal side to side is faster than my vertical. Most of the game is actually played on a side to side instead of an up and down. You see people jumping around and stuff like that, but it's not like they're jumping and flying and moving to where you're not able to hit them. If they are moving and jumping and flying around, you're really not going to be hip firing at them anyway. You're going to be using your aim down sights. So getting into the boost, I like playing with boost just a little bit. Some people prefer to turn this to like a 42 or a 44 and turn off boost, but for me, I like moving my stick slightly, and then if I really have to move, that boost kicks in. I move the stick a lot. It really moves a lot, so I prefer that. Ramp time is 0.16. It really gets going really quick, so if you move that stick all the way to the right, it's really moving. ADS, aim down sight. I know there are people, streamers, other gamers that play actually a little bit lower, 7, 8. I can't. It's too slow. With sniping and stuff like that, I'm unable to keep up or track with them. Even on an 11-10, it's still slightly behind the guy, but fast enough to where you can kind of zoom out and zoom back in, and you're in the in the target area. I don't play any boost on ADS. There's no need to run boost. If you're aiming down sights, you're not going crazy back and forth, left and right, fast. You're trying to hit that shot, so it doesn't need to be quick. The quickness is coming from your regular look, horizontal or vertical. Once you zoom in, it's kind of there. You're on the guy. You shouldn't be flying all over the place. You shouldn't be, moving left and right quick. You should be on the guy. I do play on linear. Exponential, it seems to be a little too crazy. It seems to be a little too fast for me. It says at the top, exponential causes smaller stick movement to have less of an effect. I don't feel that that's true. I feel as exponential, once like a small movement moves small, a big movement moves big, and it's hard to control. So I stay on linear. I have also heard some people are overclocking their controller, meaning they run a program that allows the controller to send signals more often than just plugging in a controller to the PC. I do not use any of those controls. I don't use any overclocking. I have a standard Walmart or Target or your local like department store Power A controller. I don't have a $300 or $400 SCUF controller. I don't have a custom, Astro controller. I play with a $30 Power A controller that has 2 extra buttons on the back. Yes, they are not the highest quality. No, that doesn't bother me. I've gone through maybe 5 or 6 of them in my career over the course of 2.5 years, and I don't mind it. I mean, I'm not going to spend $400 on a controller and go through it twice a year. I understand that they have parts that come out and change and stuff like that, but this is still a fun game for me. I'm not a pro creator. I'm not, I'm not a pro player. These work completely fine. The one that I have right here is a Power A Spectra Infinity. It's got some light ups. That's what they had in stock. That's what I bought. It was on sale. Standard Xbox style controller, just with the extra buttons and a volume control in the center. If anybody has any questions, anybody wants to reach out to me, please do. I hope these settings set up some of you guys' games in a better way. And I look forward to playing with you guys here in the future. Have a great day, guys.